Welcome to Unknown Treasures. Through this show, we want to introduce you to shows and/or movies you may have overlooked. We take these shows and rate them based on the plot, character development, and production value. We do this to ensure that what we are promoting is the right quality for our viewers. I'm your host, ARIANNA CRUZ. Starting in the early 2000s, Underworld is a series of dark fantasy action horror films created by Len Wiseman, Kevin Grevix, and Danny McBride that follows characters who are caught up in a war between vampires and lycans, which is their word for werewolf. Today, we are going to talk about just one of the movies from this underrated franchise, Underworld: Rise of the Lycans. It is the second movie from the franchise, but it serves as an origin story or prequel, so you can watch the movies out of order. Let's take a look at the trailer.
You are the most fearless warrior I have ever seen. But you will learn to be loyal without the loyalty between us. We are no better than the beasts at our door.
They are the immortal damned. Vampire and lycan. One born into privilege.
Sonia, you risk too much for a father to ignore.
I'm quite capable of looking after myself.
The other bred for slavery.
Lucian, you are a credit to your race.
But all that is about to change.
Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
You have stung me with your betrayal.
I've lived by their rules my entire life. I've protected them. Envied them. And for what? To be treated like an animal. We are not animals! Is this what you want? We can be slaves, or we can be lycans!
You have defied me for the last time.
Are you with me? I'll kill you! All of you!
Although there is a different main character in the first movie, in Rise of the Lycans there are two new protagonists because this takes place in the past. Sonia is our female lead, and she is a vampire who is the daughter of one of the eldest vampires, Victor. She's rebellious and an excellent fighter who is never afraid to raise her sword to anyone, like this scene where she shows off her amazing combat skills.
Raise your hand to me!
I do not want this.
I am your father! You think you can defeat me?
I don't want to defeat you.
Our other protagonist, Lucian, has all the qualities of a fearless leader as well as being a fighter, on par with Sonia, though his story is much more gruesome. Lucian's transformation is a bit drastic from an obedient slave to the fearless leader of the rest of the lycans who were made to be slaves, but it still feels natural and not too rushed. Here's a small clip of Lucian's inspiring his fellow lycans.
Is this what you want to be their entertainment, their playthings? Their pets? Cowering beneath the whip. And then fighting amongst ourselves. Is this what you want? I've lived by their rules my entire life. I've protected them, envied them. And for what? To be treated like an animal. We are not animals! We do have a choice! We can choose to be more than this! We can be slaves!
I'm going to rate the character development an 8 out of 10 rubies because throughout the film we see a lot of character development from both characters as we watch Sonia transform from a girl who was secretive and scared of her relationship being exposed to someone who was willing to lay it all on the line for her love. We have seen the forbidden lovers trope in romance done again and again, but this has been my favorite interpretation of it so far. Sonia and Lucian are forbidden lovers because Sonia is a vampire and Lucian, on the other hand, is a lichen. And Sonia's father, Victor, found him when he was a baby and didn't have the heart to kill him, so he kept him as a slave. But over the years, they fell in love. Will their love remain a secret, or will it tear their society apart? I would rate the plot of this film a 9 out of 10 rubies because I feel like it remains consistent throughout the story. With the short runtime of just under an hour and a half, the film uses what limited time it has to keep the plot moving as well as give the main characters somber moments to breathe. Here's a brief clip from the beginning of the movie where we discover Lucian's origin.
What do you think, son? Shall we make more?
Of him?
Like him. Lucian will always be the first of the breed, the first of the lichens.
When we judge production value, we consider facts such as the quality of cinematography, editing, effects, and possibly more. Overall, I would give the production value 7 out of 10 rubies. The effects of the fangs and the blood were done really well, but I feel like the lichens could have been done a bit better. The scenery was dark and fit the aesthetic nicely, but sometimes it made it hard to differentiate characters dressed in similarly dark outfits from their backdrops. Finally, while editing in most fight scenes is smooth, there are a few that have many quick cuts, which make it harder for me to follow who was clashing with who and even who was winning. I feel like this movie is one of good quality, especially considering the time it came out and the technology they had to work with. Here's a bit of one of my favorite scenes from the movie. The overall rating I would give this movie is 8 out of 10 rubies. The story and consistently well characterization made it easier for me to forgive some of the sloppy production value and overall tied the plot together nicely to give a cohesive and quick bite of the Underworld lore. I grew up watching this movie and I really enjoy it, and I think you will too. It's only on Netflix right now, so why wait? Go check it out. If you have any shows or movies you feel are underrated and would like us to review next time, please stop by room 136 or email us at wvtv@wvcsd.org. I've been your host, ARIANNA CRUZ, and I look forward to next time where we'll unearth another gem of a show or movie that you can stream from the comfort of your couch.